What's new in this Forza?
Wow, that's a good question. So much is new actually in Forza Horizon 2. We have created a vast open world, and this one is truly open world. So we've knocked away all the barriers, all the walls, to allow you to explore with complete freedom. You can go wherever you want. I think it's an incredibly fun game. We're bringing drivatars into Forza Horizon 2. You might remember them from Forza Motorsport 5, a really revolutionary technology which learns how you drive. Well, now we've transplanted that into the open world. So drivatars not only learn how you drive, they learn where you drive as well, and they will fill your world, so you'll be playing with your friends even when they're not online. I guess one of the biggest things that we're doing in Horizon 2 is this, the social, the online aspects of the game, because our themes, festival culture, music culture, cars, are very social themes, right? They're things in the real world which you are better when you do with your friends, with real people. We want that to be the case in Horizon 2 as well. So we've made it really easy for you to get into online. It's seamless, it's instant, you'll never wait in a lobby in Horizon 2. And once you're online, there are so many things for you to do. You can join a club of up to 1,000 people, you can go to car meets together, you can play in free roam or go on an online road trip with your friends. And I guess finally the big thing that we're talking about, and which our fans have been asking for ages, we're introducing dynamic weather to Forza Horizon 2. Very first time it's appeared in Forza. We're delighted that we're able to do it on Xbox One, really using the power of the box and its graphics architecture to create this amazing, dynamic, constantly changing weather conditions, which means that wherever you go, it always looks different, it always looks beautiful, and it's changing the gameplay experience as well.
I know what most people want to hear. Let's hear about the cars.
Such an important part, isn't it? I've got great news. We have a huge car list in Forza Horizon 2. More than 200 cars available to everyone from launch. It's a really diverse list of cars. I think having this many cars in a racing game allows us the luxury of diversity. So there's a bunch of cars which every racing game has to have. You need to have your Ferraris and your Lamborghinis and your Bugatti Veyron, right? What we're able to do with Horizon 2, with this huge car list that we have, is really introduce different cars, a real diversity of experiences. So our game is so open, the off-road cars come into their own, really. So we have some extreme off-roaders, we have classic rally cars, lots of off-road SUVs, which really just eat up the landscape of Southern Europe. We have some real cult classics as well that I'm really delighted we're able to get into the game. You know, a classic 60s Beetle, we have a classic 1960s Volkswagen camper van, which is awesome fun if you switch in a new engine and really upgrade that. We have a 1973 Ford Capri, which is a personal favourite of mine. Real diversity in the car list, you know, cars you might not find in other games, but which all make perfect sense within Horizon 2.
Where are some landmarks we might recognize?
Yeah, so when we say Southern Europe, I'm talking about not just France, but also the north of Italy as well. An incredibly beautiful region in the world, you know, incredibly diverse landscapes, but always stunningly picture postcard beautiful. So places you might have heard of, so Provence in southern France, an incredibly lovely part of the world, very rural, very rustic. And then we go down to the Côte d'Azur, where France meets the Mediterranean, and there we have the city of Nice. I'm really pleased we got a full city into Horizon 2. It feels very PGR in nature, you know, we're driving, racing around, you know, classically beautiful European city streets. And then we actually go across the border into northern Italy, so we're in Tuscany, again, incredibly beautiful part of the world. And what we've done is taken a part of the Amalfi Coast and bolted it onto the bottom of our world there, because it just has some of the most amazing driving roads in the world. You know, so we've taken these locations and we've built them into almost a best of Southern Europe, and our designers have crafted those roads so that they are just perfect for driving, perfect for exploring, and of course, as I say, the landscape as well is perfect for exploring off-road as well.
What kind of customization can you get into as far as your cars go?
Well, for me, Forza is all about personalization. You know, I think the series has always been great at allowing the player to choose how he plays the game and how he wants to customize his cars. Horizon 2 is no different at all. So when you buy a car, you can paint it. I think we still have easily the best in class livery editor, paint job designer within within racing games. You know, the detail that you can get into with that is such that our community are constantly creating amazing liveries, and we're going to curate them to every player. You know, there's going to be options for you to see the best liveries, the best paint jobs created by the community. Just grab them, apply them to your own cars. So that's really cool. Of course, you can also upgrade your car, both in terms of looks and in terms of performance. And what's great about Horizon 2 is, and this is in answer to some demands from our fans after the original game, we're bringing back tuning as well. So the same tuning, the same depth and sophistication of tuning you get from Forza Motorsport, you can now get in Forza Horizon 2. So if you're the guy that really wants to tune gear ratios and damper settings, you can do that in Horizon 2. Really personalize the car to your exact specification.
What are the improvements to how beautiful this game is compared to other Forzas?
Well, I mean, we started from a really privileged position, and then we started with the Forza Motorsport 5 graphics engine, which looked great, you know, fantastic looking game. And we've made some enhancements of our own to make it open world and to really bring the Southern European setting to life. So we've created a dynamic 24-hour day-night cycle. You know, that's price of entry for an open world game, and we've used a really cutting-edge next-gen technique to make sure that we can fill our world with dynamic light. It's not just the sun, not just your headlights, but every street light in Nice at night lights the world up. The festival is illuminated by dynamic light, so it looks incredible. And that works with dynamic weather, like I mentioned earlier. Dynamic weather is always changing the way the world looks, making it different but equally beautiful. And we've actually gone to great pains to simulate not just weather itself, but the atmosphere. You know, so we actually model the individual particles within the atmosphere. We model the clouds and how they work, so that the weather manager is just constantly working out what the weather should be, and it changes before your very eyes as you drive.